fixing students not being able to see their grades. Now, students often try to check their grades on a mobile device or on this notifications area up here. And when they click on grades, perhaps they can't see your course in here. Your course isn't listed. Or on the tools module under my grades, they also can't see your course. And perhaps even when they go into your course, there's no tools button where they could check my grades in the course. Maybe you've hidden or removed that tool. So that's what I want to answer. So the couple of things that can prevent students from seeing their grades is if you don't have a tools button where they could go into tools my grades, if you deleted it, you can restore it by clicking plus in the menu and tool link and restore tools, and instead of achievements, which is the default, go down to tools area and make it available to users and submit. I'm going to refresh the menu, and there it is, tools, and now they can go down to my grades. If you don't want the tools to be shown to students, maybe you don't want all this, you just want them to have a button directly to my grades, that's also possible. Hit the plus and choose tool link and type in my grades and change it from achievements to my grades, available to users, and submit, and then refresh the menu. They can go directly into my grades. Now, the reason that is usually caused the students not being able to see it up here is because there is no green check mark on traditionally the total button. This total column used to have a green check mark when I first got the course, but then I course copied from a previous semester into this semester, and when that happened, there's a bug in Blackboard that got rid of the green check mark. Well, I can restore that, and I will in a minute, but when I do, it makes it difficult to hide columns. And you want to be able to hide columns quickly. So for instance, let's say I'm not finished marking the term paper. I could quickly hide the term paper column by clicking the down arrow and choose hide from students on off, and I can tell it's hidden from the red slash. I also probably want to hide my weighted total because I don't want them to mathematically deduce what their grade is before I'm ready to release it. So I can click that and hide from students on off. Now, if I had a green check mark on there, I'm just going to go back. If there was a green check mark on weighted total, by setting as the external grade, that's the one to allow students to see it up here, then there's no way to quickly hide it from students. That functionality is removed. And you still can do it the slow way by going edit column information, scrolling down to the bottom and saying no, but that takes time. And then the question, and I'm going to solve that one in a minute, but there's another question about whether I should even show the total. So when students see the total, it would only be mathematically correct if each of the columns points possible was the same as the weighting. And in my case, it's not. If you look up on this grade information bar, and if I mouse over total, you'll see that the total is 150. Now, they are the same if I look in weighted total. They do add up to 100% my weighting, but my weighting and my points possible are not always the same, and they don't have to be because I can use the weighted total. Therefore, it behooves me to either delete this total or hide it, and I'm going to choose to hide it, and here's why. I'm first going to hide it from students, and then I'm going to put the set as external grade onto the total. It's going to be my scapegoat to be able to take care of this check mark that doesn't allow me to quickly hide or unhide, but I don't need to. It's going to be permanently hidden to students. It will still, because somewhere in the course, doesn't matter which column, but some column, the total in my case, is green checked, then that means the course will be included up here. Even if the total is not seen, the course is seen. Now, some instructors have accidentally not hidden it from students. Some instructors, it's still visible to students, and they believe that when they click the down arrow beside total and hide from instructor view, that also hides it from student view. And I'm sorry to say that's not true. Students are seeing that total, and it may give them a false hope when they compare the total percent with the weighted total percent, the total percent is often slightly higher, and they may ask you to accept the total grade as opposed to the weighted total grade. So if you're in that situation, first you have to show the total button to yourself. Go Manage, Column Organization, put a check mark beside total, show hide, show to yourself, and then submit. There. Once it's shown to yourself, now you can hide it from students. I'm just going to go edit column information, hide it from students. No. And then hide it from instructor view. Now students cannot see it. Also, you can't see it, but your course as a whole has a green check mark to be visible here. Now, there are other situations where students can actually see their grade when you start asking them, well, can you see the number? They'll say, yeah, I see the number, but I actually don't see my results. And that's in a different place. First, the column has to be made visible. So if it's the term paper, they have to be visible, or in this case, the midterm they're complaining about. So that first has to be visible. But if it's an exam and they want to see the reasons they got some questions right and wrong, that is, if you go to the midterm exam, for instance, that is in Edit Test Options. And then it's at the very bottom of the page, second from the last area, the Show Test Results. Now, you may choose not to show the results, and that's sometimes true with final exams and maybe even some midterms. But if you do want them to see it, then you can set it after the exam has already been taken. You can allow students to see those results. So score per question shows how many points they earn for that question and the question text. Then what they said the answer was, if you had feedback, which sometimes you do with essay questions especially, if you want them to see the correct answer, that's also optional. This is often not chosen. All answers are the wrong ones that they didn't get. They didn't choose the wrong answers, and is it really important to show it to them? Maybe not. This one over here showing correct questions doesn't work. What it's supposed to show is only the ones they got wrong. It's broken, and so just leave it. And I'm choosing after submission as the default because this is after the test has been written. If I were setting these things before the test was going to be written, then I would choose not the display until time or after submission, because some students might be tempted to share their answers to other students who have not yet submitted. But I would go on a specific date. And I would choose it in the future after the exam. I know everybody's received it or everybody's taken it, I mean, and then submit. And then a student, after that date and time, when they go check their exam, they can see the answers. And that's how to solve the problems of students not being able to see their grades.